Hey y'all. Hey. Let me see if anybody's gonna come in the room. Hey. Hey everybody. So I hope you guys had a chance to I'm trying to oh wait, the recovery house is on there. I was trying to post outside of the recovery house. Oh, that was at Jahira's. Oh, that was at Old Girl's house. Hey! I'm trying to post the pictures of outside of the recovery house. I know I did like the video inside, but like you guys should see the outside too. So I'm making sure, yes. So I'm gonna have it have to be a couple because I'm gonna put that and how they sprayed down Deirdre to at Carolina's recovery house. I'm gonna post take that, and then next. So this is the Barranquilla recovery house. Did oh, I'm not trying to do that as a damn. I'm not trying to do it as a live as a story. I'm trying to do it as a post. I'm not trying to put anything as a live there. Okay. So some people had asked some questions about the doctor. Who was that asked me if he does J plasma? Yes, he does. Today, like so much. Let me back up because I'm like a little too close to y'all. Y'all a little too close to me. Back up. Get out my face. Today was a insane day. Hold on. Let me make sure because I know you guys want to see everything. So that's one. So when you come into this recovery house, they 3, 4. Yep, that's everything. Who gives a shit if Bill Gates and his bitch is divorcing? What that got to do with us? Right? Okay. Next. Okay. Yes, Barranquilla. So she also have a recovery house in Cali. So she has one there too. It doesn't have the hyperbaric chamber. Oh, well, why are you posting that? I'm about to post y'all my quote. Hold on. Let me discard. Okay, so 1. Nope. Okay, so take out 1. Cancel. Okay. So here's what happened today. Surprising turn of events. I hope you guys saw what I had posted for how the So this is the Barranquilla recovery house. What I had posted for so when you come into this hold on. So I can stop hearing me talk. When I had posted real quickly what the protests looked like in Barranquilla. Like literally that protest started at 4 when we left the doctor's office and we were trying to go get something to eat. And by 6 o'clock, it was done. Because Barranquilla is smart as a motherfucker. So what they did was, but people were like how like in America how we protest, like we have a rendezvous where everybody meet up at the same place. So they had a rendezvous where everybody was supposed to meet up at the same place. But what had happened was, because whoever is running Barranquilla, they smart as fuck. And Barranquilla is actually the home of Shakira. So they are very smart here. So half of those people that was like protesting, like they are working class people. So they stopped the bus at like 5:30. So unless you live in that area and you can afford money to get like on the motorcycle and take a taxi, you need to get on that bus. So the protest started at 4 when you guys saw me post the video. And then like by 6:30 when we finished eating, it was difficult to find a restaurant. The restaurant that we wanted to go to was closed down because it was near the protest. But by 6:30, that shit was dead. Everybody had gone home. It was like the protest was like from 4 o'clock to 6, literally from 4 to 6. And since half of them are like working class poor people, they got to get their ass back on that bus. So the protest did not last long here. So only in Cali is it gutter where people down there are doing like all kinds of shit. But so here's how I end up changing my doctor today. So, but there's good news and there's bad news. So the good news is when I went to go see the hyperbaric lady, when I went to go see the recovery house lady to have a hyperbaric chamber, and I did the video, I was telling her that I was going to go and see Dr. Marcos Petros, right? And she said that he was a good doctor, but I told her my most important thing to me was that my breast, I wanted him to put my breast up top here, and I wanted him to give me good breast. And she says he is fantastic with liposuction and BBL, that he will snatch the shit out of you, take out all your fat and BBL, but he's not the best doctor as far as like if your breast is one of the most important things. So I was like, So then I'm looking at her, because y'all saw her. She was snatched. That ass was nice, and she got that beautiful heart booty. That waist was snatched, everything. And she has 3 kids. She had a tummy tuck, and her tummy tuck looked good. I just learned that in DR that they're not doing a mommy makeover. Hold on, I got some notes. Give me a second. I just learned in DR that they're no longer doing a mommy makeover because it's too much procedures. Anyway, you can get a mommy makeover here in Colombia. I did not know DR was no longer doing mommy makeovers. So anyway, so I'm telling her about like what I wanted to have done. She asked me if I had a tummy tuck. I told her no, because I don't have any kids. So she referred to me to like her doctor. And she looks fucking great. She looks amazing. Like if I can get her body, like her, and she had her surgery done in 2019. So I am almost this August will be 3 years post-op for me. Her stomach is like that. I mean, her waist is like that. She's snatched. And so it all started with me going to go visit her recovery house. I did not realize that we'd end up kidnapping her for the rest of the evening. As you guys can see in the car from the video that I was posting, that was her driving us around the town. So she took us driving around, and she was very sweet. She was so nice, and like she had patients at her recovery house, as you can see in the video, but I didn't want to, you're convalescing. You don't want nobody bothering you. So I did not want to bother her patients. But she did give me a list of, and actually one of these doctors is on my list. She did give me a list of 2 other really great doctors here. What I really enjoy doing whether like before in Santo Domingo, because I'm just starting off with the Colombia thing, is getting to know like the Colombian women and talking to the Colombian women, especially those who have had surgery, to see where they go to. Because a lot of them do not go to, sorry y'all, I just ate. Hold on. Yeah, sorry. A lot of them do not go to the local Instagram doctors that like we go to. Like we select our doctors from Instagram, and we all seem to go to like, the same doctor. Medina, Duran, Cabral, Soto, you know what I mean. But in Dominican Republic, the local Dominican girls are not going to Duran, Medina, and all of those things. Like they go to like Manuel Peralta, to Ricardo Ventura. Though I found Ricardo Ventura on my own, and I found Luis Fernando Guerco on my own, Manuel Peralta was like a hidden gem for me. He is where like the local Dominican girls go to. They switch every now and then. Like right now, he's like the new hot thing. So that's who I was going to go to. And I learned in 2018 that the Dominicans, when they're having surgery, they don't go to the doctors that we go to. They don't go to the Instagram doctors. And that's what I'm going to call them. So when I got here to Colombia, it was really nice that when I got to the recovery house, and even in Santo Domingo, like you rent recovery, like you are in a recovery house, you don't know who own them motherfuckers, because the owners like don't even come and like greet you. Well, when I contact her recovery house, she contact me directly. She was there to greet me. She was excited to see me. She knew I was coming. So that was nice that she had taken the time from her day and then went above and beyond for me. Her recovery house, clearly, as you saw, it was beautiful. But before we even got to tour the house, we were by where the hyperbaric chamber is. You saw the room. And I was telling her that I was coming to have surgery with Marcos Petros, and I showed her my body, and she was like, oh yeah, that's a good doctor. He's very good at liposuction. He's very good at BBL. But then I was like, no, pero mis pechos estás muy importante para mí. So when I told her that my breast was my most important thing that I wanted to have done, she was like, he does good breasts, but he doesn't do great breasts. So she talked about like her surgery. And then we talked about her surgeon, because for me, I do want her body. Okay, so we talked. So I literally undressed, put my pants down. This is what she does. This is what she does for like a living. She has also had surgery, so she's great for me to talk to. She showed me like her doctor, have her pictures. Dr. Mel, the one you guys saw the video today. He did her surgery. She's on his page, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, okay, fantastic. So she called him. She made an appointment, but she did not rush us through. We continued to talk. She even looked at Deirdre, who had her surgery done in like March. She talked and told her that she needed a little bit more like liposuction, that they need, because you know DR doesn't lipo. Even when you get a tummy tuck, DR don't lipo your top stomach. Have you guys noticed that? Well, they do that here. So once we finished touring around the recovery house, and her recovery house had everything that you need. You guys saw the separate. You guys saw the hyperbaric chamber. She had like 2 sitting areas, like 2 living room areas you can sit. There's 3. So there was the formal living room, then there was a little lounge area where you saw the lady's foot in the room, and then there's one upstairs on the 2nd floor if you are in your bed and you cannot make it downstairs. And the room that I saw, because the other 2 rooms were occupied, she could only hold 11 ladies at a time. One room it's a room for 2 beds, and then the others are like 3 beds. We saw a 3-bedroom where they had two hospital beds and 1 regular bed. But outside of that area, she had a sitting area. There was a dining table if you wanted to go there and you wanted to eat and didn't want to go back down the stairs. Excuse me. What I really loved was also, especially like, because I think like the most important thing that you can do pretty much after your surgery is to walk around. I liked walking around. I got to throw up. I throw up after anesthesia. A lot of people don't throw up after anesthesia, but I do. Anesthesia has always made me throw up. So I liked the idea that she had, like, you saw the walk area where you can just go outside and get a breath of fresh air on like a private patio and walk back inside. It was like a nice, cute little 25 steps down, 25 step back. You can do that a couple of times because it's important for you to like get your body moving like after your surgery. So after we finished touring the recovery houses, you guys will have seen in the video. If you haven't, watched the video. And then what did we do? Oh, she got in the car. I paid the taxi because I had the taxi waiting for us. And the taxis here in Colombia is really, really cheap. I'm going to have to do another video and explain to you guys how to travel around Colombia and explain the Colombian money to you. That's going to come up when I get to Bogota tomorrow. In her own private car, she took me to the doctor. So the doctor, as you can see, Dr. Mel is very comical. He's funny. He's jovial. He doesn't speak great English, but he speaks enough English for you to understand. And he wasn't comfortable with his English, but I insisted that he did, because then that makes you guys feel more comfortable. I have been stalking his pictures, and what I like about his work, and if you look at his work, I tagged his IG on the last one. I will also tag his IG on here. His work is consistent, like his dolls. Yeah, he did do good on his English. His dolls are the same. Like, I always try to look for consistency in doctors. And like I said before, my first doctor that I really love here was Umberto Pena. So Umberto Pena, because I really, really liked Umberto Pena, but I saw that he did not fix old girl's chicken lips, I was done. But, so let me tell you guys what happened when we finally got down to the consultation. So he spoke with you ladies first and said, what's up? Hey, 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 hey. And did his spew. Then we did my consultation. So the first thing I did was take off my shirt. I took off my shirt. And what I like about the surgery that you get in here in Colombia versus what you get in DR. Okay. So for Colombia, I'll stand up. Okay. Okay. So for Colombia, right? Hold on. Your surgery, the surgery that you get, your liposuction is included. Anything from here, which means your arms, if you need that done, all of this, all of this, all of this, up to your knee, from here to here. So everything. That also includes, like in lipo for them, also includes your abs and your BBL. So when they're like, they're like lipo. Your lipo is from your shoulders, which also means your arm if you want arm lipo, your entire body, your up to above your knees, and your BBL and your stomach is all including, like ab etching is included like in your lipo. And then like your tummy tuck would be completely different, and then like your breast. And they'll mention like the breast for you. I am not a quote person, but one of the major things that Carolina from the recovery house had said to me was that that Marcos Petro, my doctor that I had picked, that he was good, but he was too expensive because they're also like great doctors that do work. The reason why my doctor costs more is because he's a famous Instagram doctor, which we all know he is. As a matter of fact, that nigga got billboards all over, he has billboards all over fucking Barranquilla. I saw him at least 5 times on the billboard, so he making coins if he can put those billboards up. Are the prices similar to DR? No, they're a little bit, it depends on what you're gonna get. I think the prices here are a little bit more than the DR. And I finally figured out why the prices are a little bit more here than DR. The prices are a little bit more here in DR. Number one, because they liposuction more. Like in DR, if you want your arms done, that's a separate price. But technically, it'll probably be the same thing if you added like all the other stuff. Here, I think the doctors are better here. And here, like, they all seem to have like a, like, look, if you start stalking the doctors here in Colombia, you're gonna look and you're gonna see like they are really into giving a woman like the hourglass. Like all of the chicks, all the doctors, to me they seem to have all of the, is it bad in my opinion if a doctor is IG famous? An IG famous doctor could be oversaturated. It may be bad for you. The problem with the IG famous doctors in Santo Domingo is that they're doing all of the famous Instagram models. Like for instance, Kimbella, I guess Jules Santana's chick, whatever. She was just here. She just had surgery with Dr. Oh, she just had surgery with Dr. Petro. I mean, with Umberto Pena. He was my first doctor that I chose until he didn't fix that woman's chicken lips. She had surgery with him last week. She was here. She might still be in town. I don't think she should rush off home quickly. And that was in Cale. So she might still be there, or maybe because of the protest, she may have gone. Stephanie Santiago also comes here for her surgery. A lot of the famous IG girls come and do their surgery. Hence the reason why there are more. Like, for instance, Tony Montoya has like different prices for his teeth if you're going to see him personally. You can also see like a great dentist in his office, because turns out like he has clinics all over. Kaiser, like equivalent to Kaiser Permanente in New York, or just, you know what, a CVS. Kybella did, damn, yeah, she sure did, child. She sure did. Still looks. Look at her Instagram. She should have lost some of that fucking baby weight. Did she just have a baby? I don't think she should have had surgery right now. She should have waited. And motherfucking Hazel all the way in Turkey. Hazel still looks fucking 9 months pregnant. Like, bitch, your baby is like 1 month, like almost a year old, but you didn't even lose any weight. So, Hazel, what happened to you in Turkey, bitch? Maybe because your body's not ready. Like, they're using surgery as like weight loss. Like, that's crazy. She was perfect. She had a round right after the baby was born. Who, Hazel or Kimbella? Yeah. Anyway, she was just here. Hazel should not have gone to Turkey. She needs to lose some of the weight. Kimbella, to me, still looked like she's holding on to her baby weight. I'm like, they should have lost some weight a little bit. Like, some women, like, after your, second, well, Hazel got big after her first baby. But, like, some women, like, after your second or third baby, it gets a little bit harder for you to lose that weight. I know that you feel in your mind like you have an image to uphold. But, bitch, I decided they need to get, yes, it's crazy. She should have, not like, maybe she wanted a revision on her tummy tuck or whatever it is that she got, but she was just here and she was posting it. So that's my issue with, like, I think some of like the doctors here in Colombia. What I've also noticed in Colombia, because even this Dr. Mel was showing me that a lot of people come here to get revision surgery from being in the Dominican Republic. So I am one of the umpteen people who had my surgery done in Dominican Republic, and now here I am getting a revision for surgery from the Dominican Republic. So it is what it is. But yes, so my thing about like the Instagram, hold on y'all. My thing about the Instagram famous doctors of Dominican, hold on, I'm trying to get y'all some light so I don't look. So, okay, let me see if this is better. Oh, look at that light, and let there be light, and there was. I'll turn it this way. Okay, here we go. Oh, okay. The thing about I think one of the major things about like the Instagram doctors is that like here, especially here in Colombia, is a lot of the Instagram doctors do surgery for the Instagram models chick. And then they could possibly be like oversaturated. But I still like the idea of talking to like the local Dominican girls or the local Colombian girls and finding out who they go to. And today I found out who she went to. He did Carolina's sister-in-law, cousin, like 5 women in her family have gone to him. I was stalking his page today, and if you look on his page, like he has like a body type that he likes. And I always think that even though, and you should see the women here in Colombia, I think they look, they're snatched, their waist is small, their ass is good. But I think like pretty much they all look the same. And he have a way of giving them that perfect hourglass, perfect hip to waist ratio. Oh, when he did me, let me get up again. When he did me, he noticed my hip dents, so he got that. And when Nikki from Snatch Life got her surgery done with Dr. Baez, I was in the room with her when Dr. Baez did her marking for her surgery. So today, I was happy to have Carolina who did that for me. Because when I was talking to Carolina today about what I didn't like on my body, you know, this thing I don't like underneath my booty. The thing is, he saw it. So when I showed him my front, and he was able to see that, oh yeah, your boobs need like pocket work here, and he was telling me how he's gonna do my breasts like up high. And then I already have a J scar from Yeely, and he noticed that 2 different people had closed me up, because this scar is like perfect, this scar is kind of like wide. I was also concerned about me having the J scar again, because now, you know, I can rock low tops and you won't even see that line from a tummy tuck line. And he told me that he would be able to do the J scar for me and give me an areola reduction, which he felt like I needed. And he saw the difference between my areola, and he was like, oh yeah, this one needs to be turned up the other way. I'm like, yeah, I noticed that like the first week I had the surgery. And then he noticed that V that I have on my butt, so he knows that I need some cuffing. So that was nice. And then I was trying to explain to him that I hate my lats, because Yeely gave me this. I didn't have this before, which makes my butt look like I have high pockets. So luckily now that's where Carolina came in. So she was like, no, we're going to lipo like all of this. So they're gonna lipo this right here away. They're just gonna lipo the fat that Yeely put up there to give me lats, and he's gonna make my butt more round. This is the reason why I wanted an in-person consultation, because for me, that's why I was like, the most important thing was coming to get an in-person consultation, because this is going to be my ultimate surgery, my last surgery. I wanted a doctor to look at me to see all of the things that I felt like needed to be changed from my body, and do it, right? So with him today, I did not get a chance to, sounds like you're going to be, yes, I did not get a chance to get an in-person consultation with Marcos Petros because he's not doing it. I was going to gorilla myself to his office. But when she called this doctor today, and when I tell you, he wasn't rushing us out of his office, he was cool as a cucumber. By the time I had done the video, the live with him today, yo, we had already been in his office like a whole hour. We were there chilling, having conversation like we were all friends. Like he was getting to know us. Like he wasn't rushing anything. Like he just took his time. We talked about like the surgeries that I've had before, my expectations for the surgery. He talked to Deidre. Deidre showed her before pictures, and he was like, initially he was like, oh, you just had surgery to Deidre? Like, what? Because you don't look like you did, but Deidre doesn't have her faja on. But when he saw her before pictures, he was like, oh yeah, a lot better. Like he just had a whole 360 from Deidre's pictures from her before to where she is now. And then he explained to her that she needs to take her BMI down. And he just like BMIs down just because he has pride in the work that he does. So like he wanted her to have her BMI done so he can give her like the best results that she can possibly get, that she can possibly have. And I respect a doctor who does that. I'm learning that in Santo Domingo, if you have over 32 BMI, that they're charging like an additional $700. But I don't think the doctors here are really taking women over the 32 BMI. I'm an advocate of losing weight before you come and you have your surgery. And even me, I said to him, oh, do I need to lose some weight? And he said, no. And he guessed my BMI. You're a 28. Turned out I'm a 28.3. He was like, oh, it's the same thing. But he says if I wanted to, I can lose about 10 pounds, but not more than 10 pounds. But I can lose 10 pounds so that I could have the best possible results. Yes. His BMI requirements, so in his own handwriting, right? So his BMI requirements are 30 to 32. So he's giving, like, with a 32 BMI, here's the max that you can get. To them, the max you can have is 3 surgeries. Agreed, losing weight will give you a much better result. Absolutely. When are you having your surgery done? Okay, I'm going to get to that in a second. Let's go on with the BMI. So his BMI max is 32. And with a 32 BMI, you can have 3 procedures, right? Which is liposuction, which, remember, liposuction includes your BBL and your ab etching. So liposuction from here to here. That also includes your BBL, your fat transfer, and your abdominals. Plus you can have your boobs done, whether you want a lift or a lift with or without implants, or if you want breast augmentation, which includes implants, and your tummy tuck. And what is that, ladies? And what is that, ladies? That's a mommy makeover, right? 360 lipo, tummy tuck with your titties. That's a mommy makeover. So you can have all of that if you have a 32 BMI, but your hemoglobin needs to be at 14. So not like the DR, here in Colombia, they're not as quick to give you blood transfusions. So in DR, like giving you a blood transfusion is like giving you a cup of water. Like they love giving you blood. Here they're not so quick to give you blood. Here they also have less fatalities. We talked about the amount of deaths that are in the DR because he hears about it. And that's another thing. If you ever watch some doctors in DR, like they go live, but they go live, you don't see the entire procedures, like you see the beginning of the procedure or the end of the procedure, right? Like even the doctor that I was going to go to, Marcos Petros, hola mundo, like he goes live for his surgeries all the time. And like on Dr. Mel's page, he goes live and does his surgery live all the time. But you also see like their assistants. We all know that like their assistants is in the room helping them, guiding them, you know, doing stuff. And you see them like in the room and you see everyone playing their part. Like, so I kind of like that because I've gotten used to tapping into, since I've been researching the past couple months, when I decided to come here, I've been watching the doctors do like the live surgery. So I like that. But he has a hemoglobin requirement for 14. Now, if you come into town and you have blood issues, then they'll give you the iron infusions here and they'll take care of that for you. And the deaths in Colombia are not as frequent as the deaths that they have in Santo Domingo. And I do not know why it's that way in Santo Domingo. And wait, maybe because in Santo Domingo, you know that doctor ain't working on you for real, that he got the assistant, you know, that they may have the assistants working on you. Because for me, I can definitely tell you for sure. Yili sewed this breast, her assistant sewed this titty. they're not the same. This is not the same stitching. So, but I don't know why there are not many deaths here. Even talking to Carolina, the lady who owns the recovery house, she says to me, deaths in Colombia is rare. So that makes me feel better, especially even though I'm healthy. I don't have any, I'm not taking any medication. I'm perfectly healthy, but shit, a bitch still 50 years old, right? So I need to be careful. Let me see. So when am I having my surgery done? So he can take me. Dr. Marcos Petros is totally and completely booked until November, right? So that also tells me that he takes a lot of like patients. This doctor have time available for me, but I'm going to come back. I'm going to try and come back in, I love having surgery in August. So I'm trying to come back mid July and chill out for like a week or two and then have surgery sometimes done in August. There was something else that so hold on, there was another really important thing. Okay. So here are the requirements for stay. Here, someone else had another question. There's so much going on in DR right now. There is a lot going on and there is a lot going on in the Dominican Republic right now. And the amounts of deaths and the amounts of like, oops, sorry, I fucked you up, girl. It's getting a little too much. So that means like they are reckless and careless. One thing that I do know about the DR, okay, you are going to do your, of course. One thing that I do know about Santo Domingo, which I have not felt here. A lot of those doctors in Santo Domingo, and y'all already know, and if anybody who's been following me for 5 minutes, they know. A lot of them motherfuckers is racist. They're going to take our black money, but they don't give a shit about us, right? They don't care about us. Even me, as a Latina girl, as an Afro-Latina girl, my skin is still too dark for them. They're going to take my fucking money anyway. I'm thinking, God, I made it out. Right, okay? A lot of them don't give a shit about us, and they're gonna take our money. It's like, and then who is holding them accountable? Who is holding them accountable for the amount of us that are going there and dying? Like, no one's holding them accountable. Like, the U.S. government can't do anything about that. We're going there on our own free will, which always bring me, like, there's a lot of surgery, like, groups. Like, when was the last time you heard of, like, someone dying, like, in Colombia? Like, it's something that you don't really hear. Oh, definitely. I'm a Afro-Latina. I'm Cuban. And they treat me like shit in Cipla. Yeah, girl. Yes. Yes. You're not from Palenque, are you? Are you a Afro-Cubana from Palenque? I am going to start like a whole group thing to help the people of Palenque. I'm going to start a GoFundMe. I went to Palenque and I fell in love with the people of Palenque. I'm supposed to be going to the DR this month. Which doctor are you going to go see? I've always said on my other, like on my Snatch Life blog, my Facebook, or if you guys are on any of my videos on YouTube, I always mention how they're fucking racist as fuck in Santo Domingo. In 2018, you're gonna see all the fucking bullshit that I went through. I had some bitches who were trying to get me out the country. Y'all broke bitches can't get me the fuck up out of here. Oh, Dr. Fuentes, he's good. That's a good doctor. What do you haven't done with Dr. Fuentes? Yeah, no, I went through hell with those bitches in Santo Domingo. They claimed that they were going to beat me up, and I had some girl who was like, girl, you need to pack up your bags and run to the airport real quick because they're coming for you with the police. I said, oh, are they? Well, let them come. Because let me explain to you about a third world country, because I'm from that motherfucker, and expensive doll, you can vouch for what I'm about to say. When you are in these kinds of countries, money talk and bullshit walk. And that's the real. I come, I have American dollars. I am safe in this country. I have a better chance of buying a police and having the police arrest them than them getting me arrested. So when that girl told me like, oh, you know, you need to pack up your bags and go because they're coming for you, I was like, girl, I ain't tripping on them fucking people. Yes. And the darker you are, the worse it is. So to me, Santo Domingo is very, very racist, especially like if you get outside of Santo Domingo, they're better. But in Santo Domingo, they're colorist, and you can see by the doctors, tummy tuck and 360 lipo. Yeah, you should be fine, girl. You should be good. Where's he doing your surgery? Which clinic is he doing your surgery? Also, you guys, for those of you going to the DR, don't always accept your surgery in SIPLA. Those doctors can have surgery like outside of SIPLA. Because think of SIPLA as like, there's only one floor for where they fucking do all of the damn surgeries. So that means like, and I'm a surgical nurse, right? But I work in the oncology. But when I was working regular surgical nurse rotation, like I was assigned to a floor, and every other recovery room, like surgical room, I was in that motherfucker. You got the same people. So in SIPLA, you got the same nurses killing the same motherfuckers all the time. Like between the nurses and the anesthesiologists and all of that shit. To me, like fucking SIPLA is just a fucking tomb. When you walk in that bitch, it's fitty, whether or not you're gonna make it out. Like a girl paid $100 to the damn people at SIPLA to take her ass to the ER skipping. Okay, let me tell you what happened. He told me only 2 surgeries at once. Okay, he only does 2 surgeries a day. I have a great story for you guys about SIPLA when I was there in November, when I was getting my teeth done and my new toto. Okay, so there was a chick that I had bumped into in Baltimore who wanted me to, first she was like, I was like, I'm going to go to DR and I'm going to go have surgery. She was like, oh yeah, I know about your surgery blog. Like, we bumped into each other in Starbucks. She was like, oh, could you come with me? You know, I'm going to pay your trip so you can come with me, blah, 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 blah. And then she was just talking. And then I hadn't heard from her anymore. So now instead of her being an honest person and be like, yo, Cindy, you know, I would love for you to come, but I cannot afford for you to come. Like, she just decided she was going to stop talking to me altogether. Like, what the fuck do I care? So I was going to DR anyway because I was getting my teeth done and my motherfucking toto. So nothing was going to stop me from doing that. Because I had been wanting my teeth done since 2018. And of course, you guys know I talk about my toto all the time. I did not have toto confidence. I was like, okay, I'm going to go get my pussy done with or without this bitch. So I go to fucking DR. Now, she's on my Instagram page. She's on my Facebook page. She knows I'm in DR because I film every damn thing. And if someone was trying to murder me, they would know where to find me because I am always posting where the hell I am. This crazy girl comes comes to DR by herself. She goes to a recovery house. She has her surgery. She is in fucking SIPLA. All of a sudden, I'm getting messages on Facebook Messenger. I might still have them on here. No, I think I blocked her. This bitch wanted me to come pick in the middle of motherfucking COVID. It was like at 1 o'clock in the morning. She wants me to come rescue her ass out of motherfucking SIPLA and take her to the emergency room down the street. I'm on the phone like, bitch, have you lost your motherfucking mind? First of all, there's a fucking curfew in motherfucking DR. That's number 1. Number 2, you want to sneak your ass up in this motherfucker. Not tell me you come and then want me to come and fucking rescue you. Oh, I'm in so much pain. I'm in so much pain. Oh my God, I'm gonna die. I'm in so much pain. Well, bitch, why didn't you get the fucking pain pump? Oh, because women say the pain pump don't work. No, the pain pump may not have worked for that hoe. But you hoe, you clearly needed that motherfucking pain pump because you are in pain. Like, I have a high threshold for pain, right? So I wouldn't get a pain pump. To me, that is not money that I need. No, sis, you can sit and zip lunch. Okay? So, like, for me, I wouldn't get a pain pump because I have a high threshold for pain. Look at my YouTube video. In 2018, when I had surgery, I was out and about in DR, like, literally the next day living my best life. Literally. When I first had my titties done in Costa Rica, in the early 90s, when I got my first plastic surgery, the doctor in like, I had my titties done. Did I spend the night? Nope. It was like outpatient. So I had my titties done that morning. I was out that afternoon. On our way going back to the recovery house, we stopped at a whole restaurant, stopped and had a whole meal and did all kinds of shit. Then I go to the doctor the next day because I had like a little liposuction in my waist. Yeah, I had like a little liposuction because I had like, you know, the little love handles. So I went to go get the massage. We went to the rainforest. We was doing all kinds of shit. By like day 4, we're back in the office and the doctor's like, oh, you know, like, oh, no. We're in there. We're trying to make arrangements so we can get to the fucking butterfly house. And the doctor was like, wait a minute. You just had surgery. I said, yeah. So what? He was like, well, you can't go to the butterfly house. I was like, well, I went to the rainforest. I did this. And I'm bragging about all this shit that I've been doing. He told me to come in the room and told me that he was going to give me some vitamins. No, that nigga gave me a shot in my ass and that shit put me to sleep. And that's how I end up going to sleep. Because Cindy be out. Even when I had surgery in Santo Domingo now, watch the YouTube videos. I was out living my fucking best life. I have a high threshold for pain. So I was like, bitch, get the fucking pain pump. Then, so I'm trying to get off the phone with this hoe because I have to deal with Nikki because I had to do Nikki's iron IV because her blood was low. And I was trying to get her good for her surgery. I'm trying to get her off the damn phone. She's like, oh my God, no. Please don't get off the phone with me because I'm scared. I think I'm going to die. I told your ass not to fucking go to Cipla. Not to go to Cabral, and she did all this shit I told her not to do, but she made it through. I thought by now that she would be half naked, doing thirst traps on IG, but she doesn't. I think I had to cut off my IG because her IG was wrecking my nerves. She was always coming up on my feed. But she was doing things like, you know that thing? Let me see you walk, walk, walk. Like, she did that all fucking day. But I thought she would do it naked without no clothes. No. It's not. I'm going to tell you why her body wasn't banging. Okay. Because she's short. Like, she's like maybe 4'7". She's less than 4'9". She's less than 5 feet tall, and I'm like 5'2". So she was less than 5 feet tall, and she was literally like small. So she did not even have enough fat to do like a good BBL. Her number one issue was the amount of saggy skin she had, like on her tummy, because she had like 3 or 4 kids. I'm gonna give her 3 kids. So she had 3 kids, but she kind of had like some loose skin, like near her stomach. But for the most part, like she weighed $110 wet. So I guess she got her little tummy tuck, and I guess she's happy, but she's not half naked on the gram yet. I wouldn't know because, like I said, her video was annoying my spirit because all she did was that walk, walk, walk with clothes. I was like, girl, you are not Naomi Campbell. So I think I cut her off of my IG because I couldn't deal with that. But she might still be on my Facebook somewhere. But like, too funny. But yes, so Cipla, you got to be careful. I didn't get the pain pump either, the IV pain medication. Yeah, the IV pain medication worked for me just fine. I don't like Santo Domingo's pain pills, like the ones that they give you after the surgery. I pretty much went through my entire surgery like with Advil and Aleve, American Advil and Aleve. This time, I tried to get my doctor the last time in 2018 to prescribe me like American medications, but that white bitch wouldn't. This time I got a black doctor. So, I think black doctor will understand black pain or whatever. I just felt it was just important for me to have a black doctor. I lived my entire life with like white doctors. I had a black gynecologist once when I was 35. I was living in Atlanta. Oh, no, I was 37. I was in Atlanta at the time, and I was concerned that I hadn't been pregnant and had never gotten pregnant. So I went to the black GYN and I asked her, and I happened to mention my concern to her. And this bitch told me to chart my motherfucking ovulation. I cursed her the fuck out. I'm like, you don't tell a 37-year-old woman to chart her ovulation. Like, that doesn't even make sense. So I clicked off on her in her office, sashayed my ass out of her office. I called a friend of mine who referred me in Atlanta, who referred me to an Indian doctor. And I got an ultrasound. I didn't even know that you fucking get ultrasounds at the GYN. If you weren't pregnant, I mean. I got an ultrasound and I found out that I had uterine fibroids. Which were lined, and most fibroids look like round balls, not mine. Mine they were oblong. They look like slugs, and they were white like sea bass fish. Crazy. Mine did not look like a typical. Even my fucking uterine fibroids were pretty. It was weird, but they were like a wall built up, like a wall, like around, you know, my uterine wall. It was very weird. So I had them removed. And ever since then, I've only gone to Indian GYNs. And I've been living my best life and not even thinking about having kids, because in my mind, I'm 25. I still have time for babies. But I will become a mother, but I'm going to be adopting them damn kids, because ain't nothing coming out this toto. You know what? I don't even want a man near my new toto. That's how good my new toto is. It's like, yo, stay away. Yeah. So I don't know how her body is. So for me right now, since this new doctor can see me before November, because my other doctor is booked up until November, I think I am going to come back in late July and have my surgery done in August. I think that's my timeline for my surgery. His quote was a lot better than Marcos Petros. A lot better than his. A lot. But the Carolina from the recovery house had told me that Marcos Petros was really expensive for no reason. But yeah, so my quote turned out to be $6,000 less than his. That's how much, $6,000 less. But what I really liked about this doctor was that he saw me in person, took the time to see me in person before I could even let him know which areas that I wanted him. I waited for him to look at my body and tell me what I needed to change. So I took off my top first, because my titties were important. I didn't want him to get distracted with my bottom half of my body. So I took off, and as soon as he got my titties right, I was like, yes. So when I took off the front and he showed me like, okay, yeah, your hip dents, and I'm going to get through here. I was like, well, I just had my fupa done, because I just had labiaplastia. And then he talked about doing my inner thighs and my outer thighs. And I was like, yes, please. And yes, I'm loving me some you. And as soon as he clocked that hip dents, I was like, yes. And when I turned around, he was like, oh, yeah. He's like, this we need. I was like, sold. And when the quote came, I was like, okay, not a bad quote. So I'll take it. He's not charging me extra. And he's not, like Marcos Petros was charging $5,500 for the lipo, shoulder to knee lipo. He's charging an additional $3,500 for the J plasma and $5,000 for the boobs. So this new doctor is charging me $8,000 for shoulder to knee. That includes the booby boobs. And I did not talk to him about taking my chin fat, because you guys know I'm going to Cartame, the place in Mexico, to do that. I'm obsessed with the Dr. Cartame in Mexico, and he does lives too all the time, because he does this thing called like the neck lift. It's like liposuction on your neck, but you're awake. Like, what are you numbing on there, sir? That, like, you know what I mean? Like, you can see like here, you know what I mean? You can see like the shape of the neck from like the chin fat, and then he does it where you can see like the jawline. So when he's done, like, he's snatching out jawlines and taking off the neck. And usually, like, in his videos, because he does it live too, all you see the woman is like, she has like a hole right here in her neck from the cannula. So I'm like, listen, if you can snatch me out and give me jawline and hook me up all through here and I'm wide awake, yes, please. So I'm going to go to him and I'm going to have him do my pretty. And I'm just going to go with this doctor because, like I said, my true purpose of coming to Colombia was for me to see the doctors like face to face. And since luckily I bumped into Carolina, and I think everything is like, I don't think anything in life is by coincidence. I think it's all by like design. I believe you are exactly where you're supposed to be and with whom you're supposed to be with. So I love the fact that like she took the time for her recovery house, then taking me to this doctor's, and him having the time to like look and see me naked. Cause yo, we look different naked than we do like in the freaking pictures that we send. Period. And so for me, I plan on skipping all around Colombia. I did not have an issue paying for every single one of their their consultation, as long as they had pointed the area. Yeah, that, and turn around. Ooh, girl, with that booty, we need some cuff. Yes, please. But he was able to. Why does this live cut off? Like, this live cuts itself off. I don't know why. He was able to give me everything that I wanted to get. And I feel confident that I'm going to get what I need from him. So I'm going with Dr. Mel Maestre. Maestre. Yes, ma'am. You were meant to meet her. Absolutely. So I'm very happy with where I am right now. She did give me a list of other doctors that I'm going to stalk and research, and I will have a list of doctors for you guys by the time I get to Bogota. By the time I leave, I will have my list of top 10 doctors here in where am I? In Colombia. So far, even for like bigger dolls, the bigger dolls person is still Claudette Paz. I need to call her office and find out what's the highest BMI that she's taking. But I've seen some people on her pages, some black women on her page more than 32, and she's snatching them. But that's it. My live is gonna cut off in 31 minutes. I don't know if this is an Instagram thing. It might be. But yeah, so thank you ladies for coming in, and we'll talk next Faja in Bogota, because we're off to Bogota tomorrow, and we will have an entire conversation about Faja, because I will get educated on that, and I'll educate you on that. So that's it. I'm going to post my doctors, but look at the videos from today, and thank you, ladies.